Добрый день! In this video, I would like to clarify something where I've started noticing mistakes. So it has to do with the structures of I love, I will, do something. So we'll translate a couple of sentences and see how that works and what sometimes causes mistakes. So let's say I want to say in Russian, for breakfast, I love to eat oatmeal. So we'll start translating one section at a time. For breakfast, you know that in Russian it's на завтрак. По-русски на завтрак. I love, я люблю, to eat, есть. So this is what I want to clarify. When there are two verbs together, for example, love is the first verb and to eat is the second verb. Just like in English, the second verb is in its infinitive form, to eat is the infinitive form, the same way in Russian, we're not going to conjugate the second verb, we're going to have it in the infinitive form. So the point I want to make in this video is that when there are two verbs together, in Russian or in English, you do not need to change the second verb. It's going to be in the infinitive form, which in Russian means there will be soft sign for most verbs. And the first one is the one that you conjugate. So even in English you would say I love, but he loves, she loves. So and in Russian we'll say я люблю, ты любишь, он любит, and so on. So the first verb, the closest to the subject, is the one that needs to be in the right form for that subject, and the second verb is removed from the subject enough not to be affected by that. It needs to stay in the infinitive form, so to eat. Another point I want to remind you about is that after the verb to love and to eat and to drink and to read and a whole bunch of others, to buy, you need to have an object. You need to say what you like to eat or to drink or to buy and so on. So in Russian, that object idea is equivalent to the accusative case, where we take words that end in a and make them end in u, and ya changes to you. So овсянка, oatmeal, changes to овсянку because it's close to the verb. It's right after the verb to eat. Есть овсянку. So the whole sentence looks like this. На завтрак я люблю есть овсянку. And I'm showing you one more time here that the first verb is the one that is affected by the subject. It has to be in the right form to go with я люблю. But the second verb in this sentence does not need to change. You don't need to say ем. It stays in the infinitive form, which in Russian has soft sign for most, soft sign for most verbs, and that's how you have it in the sentence. I love to eat. Я люблю есть овсянку. I love to drink water. I love, я люблю, so that's the one that you need to change. This is the verb that has to agree with your subject. But notice how in English you have to drink, and in Russian that's also in infinitive form, so the soft sign, pить, you don't need to say pью. This is the second verb in the sentence and it does not conjugate. So я люблю пить, and then one more time after the verb to drink, to eat, to read, to buy, and so on, you need an object. So words that end in a, drop that a, take u, воду, accusative case. Я люблю пить воду. The first verb agrees with the subject in the form. The second verb is the infinitive form. I don't eat meat. Я не ем. When you pronounce it together. The stress is on ye. This will be unstressed, so и не ем. Я не ем мясо. So here we have only one verb, and the first verb always agrees with the subject, so it's in the right form, even though there is this not particle, negative particle in between. But this is our first and only verb. It has to be in the right form. Я не ем мясо. I'll have a couple more examples in the next video. До свидания.